doing, man? Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all see it, man. We still on it, man. Bang, bang shit. Yes, sir. Snacks on Sports, man. I'm back with another one. You know. Back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We finna talk about this Niners Eagles, man. And everything that went down, how it went down and all that. You know. Great year, Niners. You know what I mean? Had to come to an end, though. Shout out to the Eagles on their way to the Super Bowl. You feel me? I ain't got no hate in my heart for the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. But, yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Like I said, like y'all know how I do. I just be freestyling it. You know what I'm saying? I just be, what's the word? I just be, spur of the moment with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I might, do a little research, kind of plan out what I want to say, for a specific topic. Other times I just go in. Like I said, just freestyle off the top of the head. So I ain't really got no pointers, or no angles that I want to start from first. You know what I mean? Usually I kind of got, a kind of method of kind of how I want to start and, and just go from there. But man, yeah, I'm just today, man, with this one. I'm just pretty much, you know what I mean? It's just going off my heart, man, and what my heart telling me to say, because I'm not mad at the loss. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm disappointed. I wanted my team to continue on, go on to the Super Bowl and possibly win it. But I knew in the back of my head, you know what I mean, that it was a possibility that this was going to be the outcome. We was on our third string quarterback. You know what I mean? A rookie at that. So I'm not mad, or nothing like that. But still, when you're a fan of a team and your team's season comes to an end, for what it is, it's still a bit of a somber moment. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Bang, bang, Niner game. Yeah. Bang, bang, Niner game. Mm-hmm. Bang, bang, Niner game. Bang, bang, Niner game. Yeah, I mean, it's still bang, bang, Niner game. It's just real somber with it right now. But, yeah, like I said, man, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congrats to them. But, man, let's get into it. So, Brock Purdy, I never really, like I know the history of sports. I know the history of the or I know the history of the game of these leagues that I watch. You know what I mean? So, and usually the history of the game, it don't mean it's gonna always just go a particular way every time, but usually the history of the game or the history in anything in life usually kind of tells you what's going to happen in the future. So, like I said, I knew it was a high probability. I mean, I was just riding it. I was just riding the wave. You know what I mean? Just like the rest of the fans. You know what I mean? As far as, hey, let's see how long we can go. You know what I mean? But I know the history of the game, so I know that a rookie quarterback has, it's not normal, and it has never happened to where a rookie quarterback has led a team to a Super Bowl, Super Bowl championship. It's never happened in the history of the NFL. So this would have been monumental. It would have been historic. It would have been the first time in NFL history it's happened. So that alone kept me in a mind state of, just thinking in the back of my head now, telling myself like you it's a good chance that this might not happen, right? You know what I'm saying? But as the weeks go by and the wins kept coming and you know what I mean, you kind of start to think, man, because it's got to be the first time for everything. So yeah, you do, as a fan, you do start to, like, I had a healthy mind state of knowing what's realistic, knowing what's real, and what the history of the game tells me, but also still having a healthy level of fandom to still believe and have faith that, hey, with how he's playing and the fact that Brock is not asked to like actually carry the team, he's just pretty much asked to just do his job and not fuck it up. The more the wins kept coming, it looks like, hey, and he kept passing every test. He kept passing tests. But I still knew that, these last two games, the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl, was going to be hard. But I say all that to say the main thing is I never fully got on board with the whole Brock Purdy hype. Meaning, not that I never fully got on board, you know what I mean? This is my team. This is my favorite team. This is a team that I root for, born into it, grew up rooting for them. And so I'm gonna always root for players on my team to do well. You know what I'm saying? But what I mean by saying I never fully got on board is like, I was seeing what he was doing, and I was happy that he was doing what he was doing. But like I said, man, still keeping that open mind, man. You know what I mean? Still keeping still keeping it open in the back of my head for the possibility that this might happen. Like I've learned my lesson with stuff like that before, and I'm just a smart motherfucker. You know what I mean? And like I said, I know the history of the game. I'm not going to let myself get all psyched up, you know what I mean, and psyched out and hyped up and think that just because we was on a 12-game winning streak and, all that is no possible way we could lose. Yeah, we going in here. Yeah, man. Yeah, just because I root for teams. Yeah. We winning it, man. Yeah, we going. Yep. Did I believe we was going to win that game and possibly go on and win the Super Bowl because we've gotten this far? Yeah. But that's just a fan in me. You know what I mean? But I say all that, bro, to say that it's not that I never fully got on board with the Brock Purdy thing. It's just that I need to. I'm watching it with what's the word, man? I'm watching it like I got my eye with a keen eye. Like, I see what you're doing. But okay, I'm not finna just, you know what I mean? Just, because I want to see you go through all of these tests and pass them. And I mean all type of tests from just being a third string quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant, coming in and just having to carry the team, or not carry the team, but having to pick up where Jimmy left off. Being in situations where you may be down by a score or two, having to come back, being in situations where you may make a bad pass, throw an interception. Let's see how you respond to that. Being in situations where you balling out and you playing well, and see how you respond to success. You know what I mean? And then lastly, one of the ones that, and we seen yesterday, was how do you respond in a big game to injury? And I think that's all a part of it. Just because you playing with, like, it's good to jump. It's easy to jump on board and just be, you know what I mean? Nut hugging the nigga, swinging on a nigga nuts, and starting to give him all this praise when everything is going well. But what's going to happen when when a little adversity hits? You know what I mean? And you got to wiggle yourself up out of that. And adversity could be many things. Like I said, it could be injury. It could be you're down in the game. You got to make a comeback. It could be the refs. Seem like you not getting good calls. It could be whatever. And I say that because yesterday on Facebook. So yesterday, I was somewhat disappointed in Brock Purdy that he didn't continue to play and salve it out. It's the NFC Championship. It's a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, and you can't find a way to tough that out and salve that out through this game, and you're going to have 2 weeks off, and if you can't play, Jimmy G would have been ready for the Super Bowl. So I was disappointed, and in feeling that way, I made a post on Facebook or Meta basically saying that, like, how is the NFC title game and you letting a little injury like this keep you out the game? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, bro, if you can't salve that out in a game like this, you're not the guy. This is all a part of the test. You know what I mean? Because I've seen quarterbacks, players play through certain injury. Last year, Jimmy Garoppolo played through the whole postseason with broken bones in his hand and torn ligaments in his hand, in his throwing hand. Okay? So he had to have surgery in the offseason. So that's what let you know his shit was all fucked up. And he played through that. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, oh, you ain't ready for this, young player. You a rookie. And the first time you get a little injury, you know what I mean? You can't play. Come on, man. We a game away from the Super Bowl, bro. So that was my initial reaction. And I still kind of do feel that way. But today, the news did come out that he's going to have Tommy John surgery. And it's going to cause him to be out. It's a 6-month injury. So he should be ready to go. Brock Purdy should be ready to go. He should be ready to go upon training camp. Training camp starts in 6 months. You know what I mean? So they say he should be ready to go by training camp. But that probably sets him back a little bit, just as far as like just being able to, because he got to rehab and all summer and shit. So he gonna have to rehab instead of like actually getting better. You know what I mean? But that's the first thing I wanted to kind of touch on with this whole Niners Eagles thing is like, and most of my takes is gonna be from a 49ers standpoint, from a 49ers fan standpoint. Like I said, shout out to the Eagles. You know what I mean? Y'all did y'all thing. Congrats to y'all. But I'm a 49er fan, so most of my points is gonna be, is gonna be from the standpoint of a 49er fan, and more geared toward talking about the 49ers side of the game. So, but that was my so, but in hearing that he got to have Tommy John surgery, and that's for those who that's a baseball term. That's a baseball injury. or whatever. But so. In the post that I made, some of my fellow 49ers fans didn't like that. But some of the ones that like that ain't big Jimmy G fans. Y'all know Jimmy G, for whatever reason, half the fan base think he's a piece of shit. Why? I don't know. You know what I mean? I did many videos talking about this. Like I said, I never said he was the best quarterback in the league, but he ain't nowhere near the worst. You can't have the type of team success and accomplish the things that he's accomplished since he's been here with the 49ers and like suck and shit. Like, it's just not possible, bro. You know, you may get a quarterback that maybe could have a one-off, you know, for 1 year, but Jimmy G ain't a one-off. We've been to a Super Bowl and then went back to another NFC championship again. And then he was at the helm this year after Trey Lance got hurt. We was on our way back to the NFC championship regardless anyway. To say whether you know, Brock Purdy came in, you did your thing, and that's the part about it. That's like where I put him above Trey Lance, because Brock Purdy came right in and picked up right where Jimmy G left off. He ain't need no warm up. It wasn't no y'all. He gonna need 3, 4, 5, 6 games to you know get accustomed to the speed and get used to the NFL and get his bearings up under him and learn and understand. Nah, he picked right up. You know what I'm saying? So I already put him ahead of Trey Lance. But if Jimmy G would have never got hurt, bro, I'm willing to bet my money that we would have been back in the NFC. Would at least got to the same. We would have at least went as far as we went without him. We would have at least been in the NFC Championship. So then that would have been three long runs, 3 deep playoff runs in the 3 seasons where he was healthy. Like I said, if he would have ended up not getting hurt this year. Because the other two seasons that he's been here, he got hurt both of those years. And we didn't have success. That's what happens when you don't have a quarterback. And then that first year he was with us, he was only with us for like the last 6, 7 games of the season, and he only played the last 5. So, you know, that was just, and the team was already out of the playoffs when he got traded to us. The team was 1-10 or 1-11 when Jimmy G got traded to us. So, you know, but I say that to say, I forgot why I was saying that. I go off on tangents, but you know, with the Brock Purdy thing, you know, it's just that I have felt that, you know, with his injury, you know, so with them coming out, revealing actually what the injury is, you know, that's so the post I made on Facebook, like I said, some Niners fans agree with it, but a lot of Niners fans thought I was going too hard and this and that. Nah, that's because y'all niggas, like you gotta, when you come when it's new players that come into teams that I root for and shit like that, I don't just, you know what I'm saying, I don't just I get behind them immediately, but I don't just coronate them immediately. No, I got to see how you play. You might be a bum ass nigga, and if so, that's what the fuck I'm gonna call you. You know what I'm saying? Straight the fuck up. So, yeah, that's all a part of the test to me. Is you a bitch ass nigga, or can you toughen it out and play through injury? So I felt like, but you know, it was more of a, I felt like he should have tried to play through that. You know what I'm saying? But it was obviously, as a fan, it's more of an emotional reaction right in the moment. with them revealing what the injury was, it do kind of make it, it makes it to where I have a little more sympathy for him, and I mean, it's not that, I wasn't not even saying that. I still think he got a bright future and all that. I was just saying I was disappointed in that game, in that moment, that you can't try to like salve this out, man. Meaning savage, be a savage. You know what I mean? For those that are, why you keep saying salve it out? Salve it out. Toughen that shit out. You know what I mean? But the injury is pretty serious. So, you know what I'm saying? He can't grip the ball, or he could, whatever. But one of my big homies, from the hood, we was kind of going back and forth. You know what I mean? He didn't, agree with my take on that. You know what I mean? But he ain't really a Jimmy G guy. See, it's one thing if it's somebody. I mean, people feel how they feel, but he one of the Niners fans that's not a Jimmy G guy. You know what I mean? That every time we lose, and if Jimmy G on the field, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at, well, the defense. Did the defense do their damn job? You know what I'm saying? So, and I brought up that fact. I brought up the fact that Jimmy G played through injury. Because I brought up Jimmy G and how, man, Jimmy G would have played through that. Oh, that set niggas off. Man, Jimmy G would have did shit, man. This, that, blah, 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 blah. I said, man, Jimmy G played through shit. You know what I mean? And I told my nigga, like, look, I feel you on everything you saying. I know you jumped on the Brock Purdy bandwagon quick. And he's done his thing. He played well. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, really, as far as how he played this year. But at the same damn time, you know what I'm saying? At the same damn time, I told my nigga, like, hey, it is what it is. I'm disappointed in it. I feel like he should have played through the shit. It is what it is, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I still fuck with him. That don't mean you know what I mean? It don't mean I don't fuck with him, but I'm like, bro, you. So probably my post sounded a little more harsh than what, I probably was a little emotional. Maybe I could reword it and make it sound less harsh, because I was saying, if you can't play through that, this, that, you ain't the guy, you not the guy, and this, and that, blah, blah. So maybe the you not the guy thing and all that probably, maybe went a little bit too far, but I'm just saying, you got to be willing to salve that out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, but now that I say that to say, now that we know what the injury is, I understand it. And, but, it's just, so I whether he, the fact that he wasn't able to continue to play or whatever, I guess I should give him a pass for that, but yeah, I know a few niggas that would still just try to, hey, I'll deal with it after the game. But I'm going to try to salve this out and get the win for my team. And let's just get the win, and then we'll figure everything else out after we got this win. So, and that's just a part of being young. And I know he, probably felt like he let the team down because he couldn't, you know what I mean? And this and that. And I do kind of feel like, in a way, he let the team down. But nah, I'm not going to fully say that, though. In the moment, I was feeling like that because I just couldn't believe How you really not gonna come back in the game, bro? Like, you really not gonna come back in the damn game? So I just, cause I knew for a fact, no Brock Purdy, no win. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I mean? This how our shit gonna end? With the nigga getting hurt in this game early too. You know what I'm saying? Cause I knew the nigga that was coming in was a piece of motherfucking shit, straight doo-doo. Josh Johnson. And so that leads me to my next point that I want to make, which is, and Kyle Shanahan, hey, he's a wizard, calling them plays, damn near a offensive genius, a play calling genius. But at the same time, I want to give him the genius moniker. But I mean, in order to get that genius, man, you got to get a Super Bowl on your resume, man. At least one. At least one. You know what I'm saying? So all of the qualities are there for him to be called an offensive genius, a play calling genius. But I mean, you got to get a Super Bowl victory on your resume, because all this, and it's good, and it's cool. The Niners have given me a lot of good moments over these, basically since we didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo over these past 5 years. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here in front. The journey and rooting, for your team. You know what I mean? And seeing them go far and make deep runs, and especially the last 2 years, knocking off and sending home our longtime nemesis, arch rival, the Dallas Cowboys, or Cowgirls, as I like to call them. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, last year was house money, because we didn't have the type of regular season that we had this year. Now our regular season this year kind of started out a little rocky, but we ended up, with a better record, and we ended up with having a better season overall, regular season wise, than we did last year. Because last year we was basically in playoff mode the last 2-3 weeks of the season on. We couldn't lose. Otherwise, we wouldn't have made the playoffs. So, and then when we got in, we just made a run. This year, we was expected to make the run that we did. And we did that. I forgot why I was saying that. But yeah, that led me and leads me to my next point, which is, I was talking about Kyle Shanahan and how I fucks with Kyle Shanahan. I want to give him the genius name, but he got to win a Super Bowl first. And then, and I know that we're in good hands with Kyle Shanahan, because, what he has proven is that you always going to be in contention, at least if he got a solid quarterback. You know what I mean? A good quarterback or better. When the quarterback ain't that good, like Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard or whoever the fuck else. I think we had Brian Hoyer early in his tenure with us. When the quarterback ain't good, then we ain't gonna be good. But when we get a quarterback that's feasible, like a Jimmy G or like a Brock Purdy, and the jury's still out on Trey Lance. When we when he has that, then what he's shown me so far is that you're going to be in contention. You're going to be a playoff contender for sure, or better. You know what I'm saying? So I know we're in good hands with Kyle Shanahan. However, there are things to criticize. You know what I'm saying? At times. And in a loss, you're going to pick things to criticize. The overall thing is this ain't no Kyle Shanahan need to be fired and we need to change. No. That's why I said all the other shit I said. I'm happy and satisfied with the coach that I have, at least for right now. You know what I'm saying? And really not even for right now. We've been to a Super Bowl and 3 NFC championship games in the past 4 years. So he's doing a good job. However, there's things you can do to be better to actually win the ultimate prize. And one of the things I'm looking at is, now I know injury is, subjective or whatever, injury ain't nobody fault in particular. It just is what it is. But I mean, bruh, you got to do something about that quarterback room, Kyle Shanahan. All your motherfucking quarterbacks end up hurt and shit. I mean, like I said, I know it's just fluke shit, and they ain't got nothing to do with him. But bro, unless I think the Trey Lance has something to do with him, because I don't think that was the right to keep running this nigga up the middle like he's a fucking running back, quarterback power and quarterback dive. And that's how he got hurt. I didn't agree with that. Jimmy G seems to be a little bit more just naturally injury prone. So that's obviously less of, Kyle Shanahan's fault or whatever. Or, not his fault at all. But nonetheless, still, you know what I mean? That's the quarterback you chose to, trade for. Brock Purdy. That's the quarterback you chose to draft. Brock Purdy really got hurt after the first game. They said that, he had like bruised or cracked ribs or something like that after the first game he came in and played and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then yesterday, we all know what happened yesterday when he hurt his elbow, fucked up his elbow. So, and then Josh Johnson comes in and bangs his head up against the motherfucking turf. You know what I'm saying? And has a concussion and he's out. Now we don't got no damn quarterback. Now Brock Purdy got to come in and just hand the ball off because he can't throw it because his whatever. And so the thing about that is where Kyle Shanahan comes in for me is you down to your third string rookie quarterback. With your third string quarterback, which happens to be a rookie. Your starting quarterback, who was Trey Lance, he's done for the season. Your second string quarterback, who should have always been your starting quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's quote unquote done for the season, but he would have been available to play had we made the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. He would have been available for that game. So now you're down to your third string, Brock Purdy. And my thing is, once your first two quarterbacks is going, you down to your third string, okay, obviously you got to go sign another quarterback. And I know that maybe the thinking is, we don't want to do this. We just sign up somebody just for the remainder of this year. We don't want to. We don't want to be giving out loads of cash, to somebody just for a 1 year rental. And I understand that thinking, But I'm like, where I kind of scratch my head a little bit and look at Kyle Shanahan is bro, you couldn't find what nobody else out there better than Josh Johnson. I mean, come on, player. That's the best you can do. That's the best you can find. I mean, Colin Kaepernick's still out there. I'd rather have him. Cam Newton's still out there. I'd rather have him. Now, I know maybe Cam Newton maybe he wouldn't have wanted to come in, and I don't know. Maybe his personality is too big for that. But, bro, that's better than Josh Johnson, bro. At least try. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they did try, but Josh Johnson is a straight-up truck. I don't give a fuck about the familiarity. You familiar with him because you coached him before and all that other shit. He's a fucking truck. If you done already got your top two quarterbacks hurt. So I would have been thinking, shit, man, this third nigga, in case this third nigga get hurt, man, let me go get some, basically my point is, he should have signed a better backup to Brock Purdy than Josh Johnson. Somebody that can actually throw the fucking football. You know what I mean? That actually knows how to throw the ball downfield and shit. Because then, I guarantee you, not saying that we would have won the game, but it would have still been a game in the second half if we had somebody that was at least a throwing threat. Josh Johnson is straight up ass, man. Trash. I don't give a damn. You get your Butterfingers ass up in there and fumble the ball in a crucial moment and blow the game wide open. We had a chance, man, to go down there and either score a touchdown to tie it up 14-14, score a field goal and make it 14-10, or even if we didn't score and the clock ran out the clock ran out in the first half, then the score would have been 14-7, and we get the ball back to start the second half. So either way, the situation would have still been lovely for us. But this bum ass nigga can't even handle the snap and as the ball is getting hiked to him in the shotgun formation, he bobbles the ball, fumbles the ball, and then hesitate and don't even go hard to try to get the motherfucker back. And the thing about it was right before the second half. It was right before the end of the half, within the last 2 minutes, and we were in our own territory. And they had just scored another touchdown to go up 14-7. So to turn the ball over right there, and to give them, we turned the ball over and they was already basically in scoring range. They go down there, score another touchdown, and instead of it being at worst 14-7 going into the half, or at best 14-14 going in the half, it's 21-7 going in the half. We down. So, to me, Kyle Shanahan, bro, you should have signed somebody better than Josh Johnson once Jimmy G got hurt and you knew you needed a backup for Brock Purdy. I understand the thinking. Josh Johnson, he's a veteran, he's cheap, and I'm familiar with him. He knows the system, he knows my system. I understand that, man. This is the reason why. Because what happened yesterday is the reason why you need a better backup. I would have been more comfortable with some of those other quarterbacks that we had a year or so ago, a couple years ago, like C.J. Beathard or Nick Mullins. They can actually at least, they're not good quarterbacks, but they are serviceable backup quarterbacks. Second or third string quarterback. I would say Nick Mullins is probably a backup quarterback, and CJ Beathard is probably a third string quarterback in the NFL. But they can at least throw the ball down the field, man, and at least be some type of threat. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's a Kyle Shanahan thing right there. You tried to be cheap and just sign somebody for the cheap, and it backfired on you, man. You already got your first two quarterbacks hurt. You should have known there's a high probability that the third nigga was going to get hurt. Get somebody better than that, man. So I didn't, it's Josh Johnson. Once he came in, bro, it looked like, for a while there, it looked like we was kind of able to steady the ship. You know what I'm saying? Once we went down there and Christian McCaffrey, scored that touchdown and we tied it up 7-7, I'm like, okay, we might still got action, even though our quarterback is gone. And, lo and behold, right on cue, at the worst time possible, Josh Johnson shows why he was on the street, not signed, and not in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Nigga can't even handle the motherfucking snap, man. A simple snap. Something you do, nigga, in Pee-wee football. You know what I mean? You supposed to, come on, man. And that because once it got to 21-7, we not coming back from that. This nigga can't even fucking throw. You got to be able to throw the ball to make a 21-7 comeback. To be able to come back from a deficit of 21-7, you got to be able to make at least throw the ball somewhat. I'm not saying 14 points is just insurmountable, but it's insurmountable when you ain't got a serviceable quarterback. Period, point blank. So, yeah, Josh Johnson, that's you straight trash, dog. Yep, it is your fault that the game got out of hand. I'm not one of them fans that's he gave it all. He put it all, he laid it all out there on the line, and he played with all his heart and all that. Now fuck that. You fucked up. All you butterfinger ass niggas over the years, man. Kyle Williams back in 2011, that nigga last year, in the NFC Championship game against the Rams, that dropped that motherfucking interception right in his hands. I forget what the nigga name is, but you's old butterfinger ass bitch. He ain't on the team with us no more. And this nigga Josh Johnson yesterday, okay? Yeah. All three of you niggas, man, is some butterfingers fucking it up for us ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no sympathy for a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. I ain't got no sympathy for that. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up. You did some shit that you wasn't supposed to do. You know what I mean? Attention to detail. Pay attention, man. And that shit won't happen. You can't fuck up in them moments. You just can't do it. You can't have it. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, or it is just a game. But I'm saying for what it is, for the game, use a fuck up. For that game, yeah. Use a motherfucking fuck up. So I don't give a fuck about all that crying and all that shit like that nigga in the Bengals and Chiefs game yesterday. Patrick Mahomes, you niggas gonna let this nigga on one leg. This nigga ain't scrambled all day, but it's game time, it's winning time, and all of a sudden you niggas let this nigga run and hop and skip for a motherfucking first down, and then not only that, the nigga out of bounds, and then you personally fouled a nigga and pushed the nigga when he was already out of fucking bounds. You know the referees know he hurt and shit. They want him to still be in the game. You know what I mean? If they go to the Super Bowl, so he don't be hurt. And the NFL want that. So they give you a 15-yard penalty. He already had the first down. Now, because of the 15-yard penalty, they in fucking right there in field goal range. All they got to do is kick the field goal, send your ass home, and they go into the damn Super Bowl. And then you want to be, you almost tore your own fucking leg off doing that shit, and then you want to be after the game sitting there crying, boo-hooing in the press conference, you know what I mean, talking like a little bitch, you know what I'm saying, with a somber tone, You know what I mean? Thinking somebody supposed to feel sorry for you because you sitting there going, yeah, man, I just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, motherfucker, you can't do that. You ain't supposed to do that. Nigga, it's a Super Bowl trip. It's a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, bro. You supposed to know in your head you can't do that in that moment. I'm an IQ nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You can't do that, bro. After the game, I don't give a fuck about you recognizing it after the game. That shit don't do no good. It's after the game, nigga. You already fucked up. Just say, my bad, I'll do better next time. But all the explanations on why you fucked up, I don't even want to hear that. Because that right there is going to be the cost for me wanting to send your ass back home on the bus, nigga. You can't fly back to the house with us. Yeah, catch you an Uber or something, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't have no sympathy for these grown-ass motherfuckers getting paid all this money to fuck up in big moments. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm talking about in sports terms. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of life and all that other shit. But in sports terms, you's a fucker. What? yeah, you did that. So you got to take that on the chin. You got to take that on the chin. Don't try to cry your way out of it and get some sympathy points from niggas. That shit don't work with a nigga like me. I see through all that shit. You know what I mean? You better off just not showing your motherfucking face. Just going on and just, you know what I mean, bump your press conference. You know what I mean? Just going and going off into the motherfucking sunset, dog. Going off into the motherfucking sunset and come back better next year. Because I don't want to hear that shit. So, but yeah, that Josh Johnson shit, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that shit at all. Fuck that. That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit right there, you know. And then, you know, the penalties, man. Like I said, I'm an IQ nigga. You know, the personal foul on the punt, like, bro, you got to know situational football and circumstances, bro. Circumstantial football. Okay? You got to know we don't have our starting quarterback. We got these people into a fourth and whatever. They getting ready to punt the motherfucking ball. So our offense is getting ready to get the ball back with the potential to be able to go and score. And for us to go up and have the lead. So if I see off the top from the snap of this ball, you know what I mean, when they get ready to punt that, I really don't have a chance to get to this punt and block it. I'm not even finna get close to the punter, bro, because I don't even want to put myself in a situation where I get a refs, where I even give them the opportunity to throw the flag on me and take an opportunity away from my team. And that's exactly what the fuck this dumb ass motherfucker did. So I don't know who the fuck that's on, the head coach, the special teams coach, or his dumb ass. I know it's on his dumb ass. I know it's on him for sure. So, but just as far as like, bro, they supposed to, like, you supposed to know, look, we ain't got a quarterback. We getting the ball back. Every possession, everything counts, bro. Everything counts. Okay? The thing about them penalties on that one drive, and then, you know, you had Ward. You know, whether it was Jimmy Ward or Tre'Davious Ward, one of them niggas had, Tre'Davious Ward, when he twisted the nigga, or and it was passing illegal cut, whatever the fuck, man. Just some dumbass shit, bro. Like, we getting these people in bad situations, in third and long and third and this, and they not converting, and then we get a dumbass penalty and we not getting the ball back. Now they drive continue. That's how you lose. You know what I mean? You can't keep giving these offenses chances, man. When you get them, when they go 3 and out and all that shit, you got to make sure, hey, fuck blocking that motherfucker, man. Just get the ball back, bro. All that shit, I'm trying to block the punt and all this other shit, man, and try to be the hero and all this other shit, man. Fuck that. Just play smart. Let your offense get the ball back and let them, you know what I mean, have control of the ball, control time of possession, you know what I mean, and methodically, you know what I mean, run down there and methodically move down there and get a score. You know what I mean, whether field goal or touchdown, you know, but yeah, the penalties, man. You know what I mean? It's 1 or 2 more of the penalties I'm not even thinking about. You know what I mean? But the penalties hurt us. Just dumb penalties. Not, you know what I mean? Not being buttoned up. Not being buttoned up. You got to be buttoned up. You got to know, man. Hey, like now, like I said, the thing about the penalties is maybe if Brock Purdy was still in there, we would have been able to overcome, you know, some of those penalties because we still got our starting quarterback in, and we can make up for it on the offensive end, but you know what I mean, to offset. But without having that's what I'm saying. You gotta, it's IQ. You gotta know the situation. You gotta know my offense is reeling. So I don't want to do nothing that's gonna, you know, and we ain't got no wiggle room. Because we don't got no fucking quarterback. So the fact that we still in this game late into the first half before this fumble-ass, butterfinger-ass nigga fumbled the ball, you know, the fact that you was still in that game, you got to know that, listen, we still in this game. You know what I mean? I would have thought we would have been getting blown out by now, but we not. So let's just keep doing what we doing, playing hard, playing tough, playing rough. You know what I mean? But play smart. You know what I'm saying? And not do nothing to take opportunities away from our offense, because, you know what I mean? We you know, our margin of error is not what it would usually be because we don't have a fucking quarterback. So, because like I said, the game was still in hand, even with Josh Johnson in there for a little while. But his bum ass fucked it up. He's a bum ass nigga, boy. Josh fucking Johnson. Get your bitch ass out of here, man. But yep, the penalties fucked it up. You know. And what I will say though, you know, as I get ready to wrap this video up somewhat, is you know, I will say this. Like I said, I want to still give niggas their credit and shit at the same time. Like I said, I'm gonna give niggas their credit, you know. But I already said this video is gonna be more from a 49er fan perspective, you know. But I will say this: I don't give a fuck what quarterback was in there. The Philadelphia Eagles defensive line was kind of, you know, somewhat dominating our offensive line. You know, them niggas was still, you know, and their offensive line was kind of, you know, winning over our defensive line. Somewhat. Our defensive line did better than our offensive line, but I just say overall in the trenches, they was winning on both sides. So, you know, I do feel like regardless of whatever quarterback was in there, his ass was going to be getting pressured, and his ass was going to be getting pressured, you know, and it was going to be a tough game regardless. You know what I mean? Like, them niggas was, you know, was getting manhandled, man. I seen some highlights today where, man, whoever's number 99 for us, yeah, this brother right there got straight up motherfucking manhandled, dog. You know what I mean? I mean, straight up pushed to the motherfucking side like a rag doll. Like, he ain't even there. Like, he's just a little ass kid. Move, bitch. You feel me? They did that nigga like Ludacris. Nigga, move, bitch. Get out the way. My nigga got to run for this touchdown. You in the way, bitch. And that's just some wild ass shit. You know. So, you know, in the trenches, we was doing cool for a while, but, you know, we was starting to get manhandled, man. So I want to give him credit on that end to say the obvious facts, the obvious of what happened is we didn't have a quarterback. So that played a big part. But it still don't guarantee that even if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, that we was going to win. You know, it didn't guarantee that. I think what it can guarantee is that it wouldn't, the final score, it wouldn't have been 31-7. I can say that. I'm willing to guarantee that. If Brock Purdy don't get hurt, regardless of if we lose or not, the final score is not 31-7. They don't even score 30 points. You know what I mean? And we score much more than 7. You know, it's probably a game where both teams score in the high teens, low 20s. You know what I mean? Kind of like how that KC Bengals game ended up 23-20. You know what I mean? Something like that. That was going to be the final score of the game. Something like that. You know what I mean? Whoever won. But, you know, it is what it is, man. And it ended the way it ended. And, you know, that's the way it went down. You Cowgirls fans can't say shit to me, though. You know what I'm saying? I already said that. You know what I mean? Niggas can't say a damn thing to me. You know what I mean? We just sent you niggas home 2 years in a row, bro. 2 years in a row. Now, I know at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Only one team win it. You know what I mean? So we here, but, you know, we gonna be watching the Super Bowl at home, nigga, just like these motherfucking Cowgirls. You know what I mean? But I can take great pride and satisfaction in knowing that for the last 2 seasons, we done clapped you niggas. Sent you niggas home. That's bragging rights. And I done won 2 bets off that game. 2 years in a row. Cowboys making me richer. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, Cowgirls, now y'all got to watch y'all division rival play in the Super Bowl again. And you ain't been there in like 30 years. That's a damn shame. So, y'all can't say shit. I don't even know why y'all niggas, I don't even know why I even pay attention to y'all niggas, the fans. You know what I mean? Like, when you represent, I pay attention to the person if it's my nigga. You know what I mean? The person, yeah, you my nigga. But the fan in you, the Cowboy fan in you, you can't talk to me about a damn thing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Your ass is scum of the earth. You low on the totem pole. I walk right over you. You know what I mean? I step right over you, dog. You know what I mean? You can't say shit. Because I literally deaded you. Deaded you 2 years in a row. You dead. You done. Gone. Murder. Cemetery. Rigor mortis. it's bad for you. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. Yeah, that's what we did to the Dallas Cowboys 2 years in a row. So, I mean, it is what it is, dog. Oh, y'all don't win a Super Bowl either, so I don't want to. But we won our Super Bowl. Yeah. The Cowboys and Niners, that was my Super Bowl. So I did win the Super Bowl. I won that one. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? The Packers and the Cowboys is two teams that we own like a motherfucker, nigga. You know, so but yeah, man, you know, that's pretty much what it is, you know, and what it was, man. And now it's gonna be decisions to be made. What's gonna happen with what happened with Jimmy G? He's most likely officially gone now, but who knows? We thought he was gone last year and he came back. And now this injury with Brock Purdy, you know, that might want them to, you know, they might want to, because it might not be a bad thing to have 3 solid quarterbacks on the squad. I know 2 of the quarterbacks wouldn't like that, but you know what I mean? It just is what it is. But if Jimmy G is gone, then for me, Brock Purdy got to be the starter over Trey Lance. He's just proven too much already. You know what I mean? He got more experience in this 1 year, you know what I mean, than Trey Lance in 2 years. You know, and all this success, and like I said, he came right in, you know, from Jump Street. He came right in. It wasn't no, he got to ease into it and learn the system and learn how to play in the NFL. And, you know, it wasn't none of that shit. He came right in and picked up right where Jimmy G left off. And Trey Lance is not really like that. I know it's been a very small sample size, but that's my point. Go look at go look at Trey Lance's small sample size and his in the 3 to 4 games that he's, you know, played and started in versus Brock Purdy's first 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Don't even take the whole season. Just take take the first 3 or 4. So that's telling me right there everything I need to know. We are in the NFC championship game, the NFC title game. Who wins this game wins the conference and moves on to play in the Super Bowl. That's all I need to know. Okay? I don't see Trey Lance having a team in that situation. I just don't. From what I seen from Trey Lance, it looked like it was going to be a little bit of a struggle. And he was going to have to get acclimated to the NFL game and, you know, learn how to, you know, that's just what it looked like. He had that start this year in Chicago. I understand it was raining and, you know, and all of that other shit, but still, both teams played in the rain, not just him. Justin Fields looked just fine. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so you had that game. We lost. And then last year, he started a game or 2. And he looked okay, so, and got hurt. He got hurt. You know what I mean? And one of them games we lost or whatever, like, it just looked like it was gonna be a struggle, bro. So for me, like I said, if Jimmy G is gone and that takes him out of the equation, then Brock Purdy is the starter, bro. Unless Tom Brady comes to town. Let us see if Tom Brady is going to come to town, Grasshopper. You know what I'm saying? That'll be dope. If Tom Brady comes to the motherfucking San Francisco 49ers and everybody stay healthy for the most part, how they did this year, outside of the fucking quarterback room, the Niners going to win the Super Bowl, bro. Period, point blank. It's just what's going to happen. Brady ain't going to get hurt. He don't get hurt. He ain't going to put himself in no position to get hurt. And when Brady on your team, the refs are going to make sure he don't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't going to have to worry about Brady getting hurt. It's everybody else. As long as he got Debo and Kittles and Elijah Mitchell and CMC, McCaffrey and Ayuk and Jennings and Juszczyk. Yeah, as long as he got all that, yeah. He gonna be good. If Tom Brady comes to the San Francisco 49ers, they're winning the Super Bowl. Period, point blank. It's just what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any inside information. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going off of possibilities. But yeah, if it ended up being just, if it's out of Brock Purdy and Trey Lance, and then we, sign like some other quarterback too, it's like a third string, then yeah, Brock Purdy should, he should be the starter. Maybe if they want to have him have a competition just for the sake of having one, or media, just to make it, but I think Kyle Shanahan, but I think he knows what he knows, and he's seen what he's seen, and he knows that Brock Purdy is more probably prepared and seasoned and ready, more NFL ready than Trey Lance. So, but that makes it interesting, man, because Trey Lance was a third overall pick, and a lot of draft capital was traded away to acquire that third pick. So that's the only thing that make it interesting. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, man, overall, man, great season, dope season. Like I said, the past 3, 4, 5 years, the Niners have given me great moments. You know what I'm saying? Great moments, so and even obviously even the Harbaugh era too. But we had that downtime in between the Harbaugh and the Shanahan era. So, but shout out to the Eagles, man, and shout out to the Chiefs. They in the Super Bowl as well. Chiefs and Eagles. This is actually the worst matchup for me, because you know what I mean. I ain't got no dog in the fight, and I ain't got no hate in my heart for neither one of these teams. So I'm trying to figure out who I want to root for, actually. But after the Niners, out of the 4 teams that was left in this championship round, the Bengals are the team that I would have wanted to see in the Super Bowl, because I would have been able to undoubtedly root for them, because I like Joe Burrow. He's my third favorite quarterback, third favorite player, or whatever. It goes Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. You feel me? But they lost. So it's like, damn, now I ain't got nobody to root for in the Super Bowl. Because I'm not gonna be mad either way, whichever team win. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see. I told my neighbor over the next week to week and a half, I'm gonna see how these teams act, how these players on these teams act, and that's gonna determine for me who I want to win. You know, just because it might be somebody might say some dumb shit that I don't fuck with, or, just something like that. We'll see. Not nothing that I'm gonna hold personally against somebody. I'm just saying something that will sway me in either way of when this game starts, who I might want to be rooting for. Because I'm not gonna be, I wouldn't be mad at Mahomes winning his second Super Bowl, but I also wouldn't be mad at Jalen Hurts getting his first. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't be mad at that. So we'll see. I'm gonna have some coverage on that. On Super Bowl. I believe this is Super Bowl 57. So yeah, and it's in Arizona if I'm not mistaken. They got Rihanna on the halftime show. I don't give a damn about that. Last year halftime show was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Dre, Snoop, M, 50, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. They had Anderson .Paak up there with him playing the drums or whatever. So that was dope. It was one of the greatest halftime shows of all time, up there with Michael Jackson's, Whitney Houston's, Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. You know, that little peep show they gave us. But yeah, but this year that Rihanna, I'm not even trying to. I'm gonna be far, far away from a TV when the halftime show come on. I'm not even gonna be nowhere near a damn TV. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against her personally, or nothing like that. It's just I'm just not interested. You know what I'm saying? And so now I really got two teams I'm not interested in, and then the halftime show I'm not interested in. So. But it's a Super Bowl, so obviously I'm gonna be watching it. You know what I'm saying? To see who's gonna win it. But we on the next year now, man. But I'm on to the Warriors. And you know what I'm saying? I still got action this year. You know what I'm saying? We just won tonight, as a matter of fact. Good win against OKC. Steph went off. You know what I mean? Clay gave him that help. Draymond did his thing. Poole. He up and down, but he hit a big shot at the end though to help secure the win. You feel me? But yeah, though, man. I'll be back with some Super Bowl coverage, some more coverage and all that. I'm finally starting knocking out some of this shit, bro. Some of these topics and shit. You know what I mean? Nigga be lagging on this shit, man. I just be trying to make sure everything's straight, man. Working, I ain't really be having time to sit down. You know what I mean? I'll be liking to sit there and talk to y'all like this. I know I say that all the time, but you know what I mean? But yeah, Niners, great season. Some things we got to clean up, but overall, great season. We keep knocking on the doorstep. We right there. You just got to get over the hump, man. You just got to find a way to get over the hump. And if I'm looking at, I know every year is different from year to year, but if I'm looking ahead to next year, it's going to be the same as far as like, it's no team that like the Niners can't compete with. You know what I mean? If they healthy in all the right positions. You know what I'm saying? It's no team that they can't compete with. So I look forward to the 49ers being once again next year, at least good enough to make the playoff. I expect them to be a playoff team. And once you in the playoffs, you just take it from there, one game at a time, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we got to do. Just make the playoffs. Come back next year and make the playoffs. And keep our quarterback room healthy, man. I mean, damn. Some bullshit. But I'm gone, man. I just wanted to do that. Do my little spiel on this game, on the NFC Championship. And Snax on Sports. I'm gone.